It's time for our second of 3 Superspeedway races in a row. So we head to Pensacola for the NAPA 300. On the pole is last season's champion, the 62 Jennifer Buford. 2 routes has the 8 of Matt Hamill. Then third you have Jake Galloway, 4th Isaac Nichols, and rounding out the top 5 Jonathan Wong. Then 6th you have Greg Lee, 7th is TJ Hanley, 8th Danny Lloyd, in 9th Steve Larker, and Michael Canto rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field is second in points William Seaman with William Bullen in the 74. And then there's Max Anderson and Clayton Thomas, who won last time out at Talladega. You have Sebastian Kukulon and Anthony Lehman, along with Riley Tube and Jeff Bright. And there's Justin Knight and Carson Bowers, along with Marshall Burrow and Diego Yepez. They have Bill Seaman and Jonathan Buford, Luke Rainey and points leader Lawrence Palampon. And there's Gustavo Rocha and Joey Trickle, Code Luigi and Colton Yo. We have Trey Rainey and Jade Jefferson, Charles Robert and Eli Bright, then Michael Sanders and Landon Lyons, along with Andrew Miller and McDowell, Alexander Rowe and Johnny Gardner. And in the final row, Alex Stewart in the 46, with Stephen Baker in the 23, 2 is outside starting in the final position. That is your starting lineup for the NAPA 300 here at Pensacola under the lights. Let's get going with our starting command.
I'm Staff Sergeant Proto with the soldiers of the 1st Cavalry Division. Gentlemen, start your engines!
All right, everybody, just like what we talked about in the transporter, nice and easy. It's a long race, settle in. It'll be nice and smooth. Let's go out there and kick some butt tonight. This is your house. Let's prove it to them.
And our 42 car field rolls off the starting grid here for the start of the NAPA 300 at Pensacola. 3 miles around each time, but certainly not a slow lap. Speeds over 200 miles an hour here in these Target Series cars, and 3 and 4 wide racing going to provide for a great race here this afternoon. 15 laps at Pensacola, and we'll have another winner in the Target Series season, or will we get another winner with multiple wins this season? That's been a theme across every series where we've seen people win multiple times so far in these 3 seasons. So last season's champion, Jennifer Buford, trying to turn her season around, starting on the pole. Clayton Thomas trying to go for 2 in a row. He's starting a little bit further back. Lawrence Palampon, your points leader, start deep in the field to try to keep that points lead over William Seaman. Pace car off. Here we go into the restart zone. Jennifer Buford on pole. Matt Hamill to her outside, and we're racing at Pensacola. Jennifer did a good job getting clear right there as they come down the backstretch. Jake Galloway up high in the 19 as Jonathan Wong in the 48 getting a push from a few drivers behind him. And now here comes TJ Hanley breaking low, 3 wide to the bottom lane, but the 19th Galloway stays clear. Up front, single file led by Jennifer Buford and Jake Galloway, and then back, further back, 3 and 4 wide as TJ Hanley moves by to get to 3rd. William Bullen behind the 74 will get to 4th as they race off of turn number 4. Who's going to lead lap 1? Will it be the driver who started on pole, Jennifer Buford? Yes, it will. Buford leads lap 1 of the NAPA 300. But here comes the 98 Jake Galloway in second. He's going to have a push from TJ Hanley here off into turn 1. You see Anthony Lehman going middle to bottom as Hanley does a crossover in the 19, went high, now looking low. Stays to the back bumper of Galloway, though. So they race off of turn number 2. Single file to the front. Bullen's gotten clear. Anderson in the 99's clear. Clayton Thomas, first one to break low in the 3 car, or in the 5 car. Yes, the 3 behind him. And now some shuffling here. Max Anderson moves underneath that 74. Bullen for 4th. TJ Hanley staying tucked onto the rear bumper of that 98 Jake Galloway, helping him forward as they race off into turn 3. Single file here. Jennifer Buford still out front from the pole. Jake Galloway still second. TJ Hanley 3rd right now, just waiting for these drivers to maybe make moves. As they come off a 4, Galloway has that push from Hanley but can't make the move. Max Anderson, the 99, goes low for 3rd on Hanley. Maybe thinking that 44 wasn't doing what he needed to do right there. But he gets back up in line. Now Clayton Thomas from the 5th position getting shoveled up top. Can't get down from a Bullen in the 74 as Bullen going to be going for a 5th here up front. Those front 4 still single file. And Jennifer Buford letting no one get to her as they come down the back stretch. Once again, Anderson pulling low. Trying to get that help from behind, trying to stay beside that 44 of Hanley. But once again, the draft of that 44 is getting compared to the 99, helping Hanley stay clear. And through 3 and 4 out, the front of the field really spread. In fact, the back of the field really spread. I'm wondering if someone had an issue. Could have been Alex Stewart, Stephen Baker. They've lost the draft. And it's really spread at the back. So I'm really wondering if something maybe happened on the initial start where someone maybe missed a shift or something and allowed the field to get spread out like it is. Hanley, I think, is having enough with Galloway. He's trying to get to the inside, but once again, no draft down there. And now Boland's going to be able to take fourth from this as Max Anderson got shuffled top. And they have two teammates, Clayton Thomas and Jeff Bright. They're nose to tail, so they could probably try and make something happen here, try and get by these drivers. Leading right now, Chevrolet, then two Toyotas behind, then a Dodge, and then a few more Chevys down the backstretch. Jeff Bright looking low, has help from Joey Trickle trying to get by Clayton Thomas. Boland right to the back of Hanley, now looks low. Here comes that 74 car for third. And this time had a run, did at the end of the straightaway, and keeps it beside that 44. That's for the third position. Jeff Bright trying to break inside the top 10. He gets to fifth as he clears his, or gets by his teammate Clayton Thomas. Now he clears him. Joey Trickle still pushing that one through, and Jeff Bright will get all the way to fourth as they race off of turn number 4. You see the pack back there in a big wad of cars, but up front still spread out, led by Jeffrey Buford. She's led 4 laps so far in this race, which is every lap. Now Bullen trying to block Jeff Bright off, trying to get to the inside. Galloway as well. It's a great job there by Bullen, staying down in front of that one car. So he could have been shoved to the back in a hurry there if he didn't get down low, but at the front, still single filed out. No one wanted to make moves, get out of line, and lose spots. Jeff Bright pulls low. Tried to get the help from Trickle, but that 25 goes high with Bullen. Now Bill Seaman goes with the one of Jeff Bright. Can he keep it beside Bullen? He does for third. Here comes Jeff Bright. And Galloway still with no help. Hanley has gotten back down in line there. You see him right behind the 33 in front of the 22 car. See if someone can make a move here before long. We've come to 10 laps to go, and it's still Jennifer Buford leading Jake Galloway. And those two have been 1 and 2 this whole race. No one's able to make a move here. Jeff Bright for second right here in the 1. He has a nose down underneath Jake Galloway. And side by side with him through 1 and 2, but no help to the 1 car. All the help to the 19. Galloway with the 98, Bill Seaman behind him with 10 laps to go. Can he try and keep second here as they come off turn number 2? Can Jeff Bright get clear, pull up in front of him? Jeff Bright is clear. He'll get to second here. Here comes the 33 down low of Carson Bowers. He could be looking for second shortly as TJ Hanley shuffling his way forward. He goes 3 wide to the bottom lane. Luke Rainey and Clayton Thomas behind that 44 car. Shuffling out the front 4 wide. All behind the front 2. Jeffrey Buford still leading it. Jeff Bright up to second. And then in third, TJ Hanley gets back to it. Luke Rainey up to fourth. Clayton Thomas, fifth on the inside lane. Down the front stretch, see if that 44 can get the draft off the 1 and stay clear of the 22, or can Luke Rainey get a big push from Clayton Thomas to stay side by side with that 44? I think it's going to be the first option there. TJ Hanley gets that pull from the 1 and the 62 and gets clear in third. Luke Rainey fourth. Now battle for fifth. Lawrence Poundpond, your points leader, up here on the bottom lane. There's that 39 car. He gets to fifth as they come off turn number 2. Now here's the run. They have a run onto Buford. 22 Rainey pulls low. Slows the momentum the 44 had. Now Jeff Bright, can he get that run from the 44, or does he stay behind that 62? Off into turn 3. Luke Rainey stays below that 44 for third. And Lawrence Poundpond will try and fill the hole to get to fourth right here. Yepes going for a top 5 here in the number 0. And McDowell on the bottom lane. Dominated Daytona, much like Buford's doing right here. Got to victory lane. We'll see if Buford can do that here tonight, or can someone get by her. Not much time left. Jeff Bright looking for a run to try and get by that 62. But that run is coming with that 22 of Luke Rainey. Gets back up in line, though. Single file for the front few. Now I'm back into logjam of cars. Logjam of cars, logjam of different manufacturers. But that field definitely spread out. There's only really one big glob of cars, and behind that it's very spread out. Luke Rainey for second in the 22 car. Lawrence Poundpond might get shovelled to the high side as Diego Yepes goes down with that 22, and McDowell takes it all the way to the bottom lane to go 3 wide for a top 5 spot. That's for fourth. Luke Ray still trying to get to second here. He has the push from the 16. Those are 2 Fords lined up on the bottom lane behind the Chevrolet of Jeffrey Buford. I don't think I've ever seen a Pensacola race quite like this one, where the leaders just had such a big advantage, and it's definitely happened right here. Only 7 laps of racing to go. It's time to make your move if you need to, because Jeffrey Buford has dominated this race, and you cannot wait too long. If you stay behind her, you're never going to be able to pass her. Luke Rainey in second. You think he could be feeling lucky about getting his second win of the season. And McDowell there in third. Michael Canto in fourth. And Johnny Gardner up inside the top 5. Then back there, Carson Bowers in the 33. Might get split to the middle lane right there, as Luke Rainey still trying to get that run to that 62. He has a draft up there, but can he get beneath that 62? That's been something everyone's been having real trouble with here tonight. And no one's able to get beneath that 62 still, as up front the 16 lined up with that 22 again, with Michael Canto fourth, Carson Bowers for fifth, as Justin Knight, TJ Hanley back down the bottom lane in the 44 car. Coming to 6 to go, and McDowell pulls low instead of the 22 of Rainey, and that'll slow the momentum second, third, and fourth half, and Beefer will be allowed to pull away just maybe a car length or two, as Adam McDowell gets beside Luke Rainey to try and grab second away, but has no help down low. Michael Cantle giving the help to the 22 of Luke Rainey. They go flying right back around the 16 if McDowell cannot get clear right here, because the help from the 33 farther behind the 16. We'll see though down the backstretch. Luke Rainey did get a good run right there in the 22 car. You see Michael Cantle pushing him. Jennifer Buford still out front trying to block the lane. So we're coming to 5 laps to go. If the L were to come out, the race would be over once we get to the start-finish line. Luke Rainey keeps second here in the 22 car, and McDowell will grab third in the 16 as they come through 3 and 4. Justin Knight going for fourth in the 9, and they have two teammates, Burrell and Yepez, lined up on the bottom lane, the 4 and the 0 car. Watch for them to try and make some noise here. As we've only got 5 laps left, the front two have pulled away, pulled a little gap, as Justin Knight looks for that third position in the 9 car. Trying to join the Junior Motorsports winners of this season. Isaac Nichols in the 7, just a little bit back there. That's Knight's teammate. Jeff Bright nowhere to be seen after being at the front. He's stuck up top 3 wide. Eli Bright have not seen all race, and Clayton Thomas has faded back after getting up front. You see Eli's actually lost his draft a little bit there. Down the backstretch, Justin Knight for second. He's trying to get below the 22 of Luke Rainey. We're coming to 4 to go, and no one has been able to touch Jeffrey Buford. No one even close. And they can stay in line, but you really need to get lined up. Second and third need to get lined up and get that run. If they're not lined up, that 62 is just going to pull away to victory. 4 to go this time. That's 12 miles left, so still tons of time left, but no one able to make the move on the 62. Here they come for a second again. Justin Knight in the 9, down low on the 22 of Luke Rainey, and I think he's going to be able to keep it down there as they approach turn number 1. Diego Yepez going with his teammate Burrow, but then leaves him at the last second. The 0 down to the bottom. He might be able to take third through all this. The 9 and the 22 still side by side for second and third, and Yepez will get to third here as Justin Knight clears for second. And now down the backstretch. William Bone in the 74. There's Isaac Nichols coming up to the front. Justin Knight, Nichols' teammate, right now running in the second position, but no help behind him. Now allowing him to make a move. We're coming around to see 3 to go now. Justin Knight with a little bit of a run here. Yepez trying to get up to that 9. The 7 trying to get up here. Comes Jonathan Wong in the 48. Andrew Miller in the 52. Who has timed it right here at Pensacola. We're coming to see 3 laps of racing to go. Led by Jennifer Buford. Justin Knight hot on her tail. Can't look to the inside there. He didn't have the run to do it. And what? Oh, Nichols! A late move there. And Knight got blocked by the 6-2 Buford there. A little bit of a run, but the 6-2 blocks it well. 3 laps left. Now Nichols up to third. Can he try and help his teammate in the 9 out? Down the backstretch. Here comes Jonathan Wong in the 48 down low. And cars spreading up behind them. Justin Knight, Isaac Nichols, can they get lined up 2 teammates to get by Jennifer Buford? Or can the 62 car go to victory lane leading 15 of 15 laps here in the NAPA 300? We're getting down to the end, getting down to the nitty gritty. We're coming to 2 laps to go, 6 miles left. Who has timed it right? Who's going to make the move at the front? Knight had a little bit of run there. Gets back up in line. The 7 right on that 9. Knight goes to the inside now. Off into turn 1. They're side by side. Jonathan Wong jumps down low to help that 9 out. And they stay side by side off into turn 1. Justin Knight, Jeff Buford, they're side by side. The 62 with a little bit less help up top. She's dominating 13 laps in this race. But now Justin Knight at the end is out front. Can't get clear quite yet. Jumps up to the middle lane. Jonathan Wong looking low on the 48. Down the back. We're coming to see the white flag. They might be 3 wide off into turn 3. Jonathan Wong, a big run to the bottom. 3 wide, the front 3 by 3. We're coming to the white flag in the NAPA 300. It's led now by Jonathan Wong. Max Harrison gets to second in the 9-9. Matt Hamill in the 8 to 1 at all club. Here he is, third on the inside lane. Does he have a shot? The 9-9 blocks the bottom spot at the white flag. We're on the final lap. That's 62 strong, fighting back on the outside. But Jonathan Wong clear, gets down in line. Matt Hamill 4 wide in the 8 car. Riley Spurley pushing them. Those are 2 teammates, Hamill and Spurley. Jeffrey Buford stays side by side with the 48 off of turn number 2. That 62 had something else in that car. A little bit of a better run off the top side. Now the 48 getting abandoned to the middle lane. Can Jeffrey Buford stay clear up top? Or can the 48 stay down there in the middle lane? Off into turn number 3. Jeffrey Buford is clear from the top side. But can Matt Hamill get there? Can the 5 of Clayton Thomas push Hamill to a victory? But through 3 and 4, Jeffrey Buford started on the pole. and it was not challenged at all until with 2 laps of racing to go. She gets off the top side and she'll win here in the NAPA 300. Buford dominates to win at Pensacola. Well, how about that? Jennifer Buford wins here in the NAPA 300 at Pensacola. Didn't look like that was going to happen with 2 to go. She got shuffled a little bit there, but at the end, she gets up there at the right time. Gets clear off the top side with no help either. That 62 was something else here tonight. And last season's champion gets a needed win here in the Target Series. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the NAPA 300 at the Pensacola International Speedway. There were no caution flags, and only 2 drivers led this race, and Jennifer Buford led 14 of the 15 laps from the pole to get to victory lane. Matt Hamill ended up second, Clayton Thomas in third, Jonathan Wong in fourth. He was the only other driver to lead a lap, and he only led 1. And Riley Spruill rounds at the top 5. Then Jeff Bryant 6th, Jake Galloway ran second for most of this race, got back up to 7th at the end. Cole Luigi out of nowhere ends up 8th, Max Anderson 9th, and Alexander Rowe rounds out the top 10. There is your top 20. You can see Lawrence Palapon did not finish inside the top 20, but another person who didn't finish in the top 20, second in points, William Seaman, looked down 21st to 40th, and we see right here, Seaman ends up 30th, as Palapon ends up 35th. And at the back of the pack, some cars actually lost the draft. Something must have happened on the start, but as you can see, Alex Stewart, 33 seconds off, Stephen Baker, 31, Eli Bright was 13, the 3 and the 24 were also off pace there at the end, so something obviously happened at the back of the field on the start of the race there, and a few cars got shuffled out, and as the race went on, a few lost the draft. We'll now go look at the points. Here are the point standings as we head from Pensacola. Lawrence Palapon does keep the points. It's closing just a little bit, down to 41 points. Seaman is second. Andrew Miller back up to third. Danny Lloyd fourth, and Clayton Thomas rounds out the top 5. They have Luke Rainey in 6th, William Bullen in 7th, Johnny Gardner in 8th, Adam McDowell 9th, and Gustavo Rocha rounds out the top 10. There is your top 20. Your 2 wildcards. Currently, the guy in 12th, Max Anderson, with the win, and the guy in 17th, Jay Jefferson, with the win. But Matt Hamill was only 4 points behind Jefferson, and Jennifer Buford, with that win, moves up into the top 20 with the win. She could have a shot at this wildcard before it's over. It's getting tight here at in the chase positions. Look down 21st and 4th. You see Stephen Baker 21st, just outside the top 20, and some others trying to make their way up, but some definitely working their way down the board. Some winners down here: Alex Stewart 26th. Isaac Nichols is 31st, Jake Galloway 32nd, and look down 41st and 42nd. So we look ahead to the next race, which will end out our Superspeedway Swing. We go to Daytona for the Samsung 250. I'll see you guys then.